Good evening. My name's Swagadelic. Swagadelic beaming in. God last year. And God handed me the light of God. It stays with you for about a week. Mine stayed a little longer. I was bedridden for about a month. It was so much information coming in. God kept putting me to sleep. Then afterwards, God told me, Armageddon's here to hold heaven dear and to move out the city from where I was at. I lived in South Florida. He said he doesn't know where the bombs are going to land. He just knows they're going to land in the cities. And he told me that I would be dead from the radiation from down there. And I would not get no food or anything because everything is delivered on 18-wheelers down south, where you live at in the city. If you can move out of a city like I did, I live in the woods outside of a town now. I go into town every so often. I hunt and fish. And I still have a life. I have a car God told me to buy, all electric. And I have a wind turbine God told me to buy. I am totally reliant off the grid like God told me to do. I also have an electric bike God told me to buy. And I am self-reliant off the grid. I do not need any food anymore. I make a fire every night. You can see the fire right here. I have a fire pit, really, really cool. I have the big marshmallows that are really, really cool. I have the sticks to put them on that are really cool. And I made these things right here. You see this? I made these spheres for fishing, and you can roast marshmallows on them too, if you wish to. There's a fire right on there. You put anything on them. I put it just like that and eat it right up the stick. It's really, really cool. And you got food. So God said it's our job to stay alive as long as we can to help turn people from the darkness to the light of God and show them the way. He said people are asleep, basically. They know not what they do. And he said we get sneak attacked by North Korea. That is Armageddon. North Korea sneak attacks us. He said the leader of North Korea is the most evilest soul here right now. He told me what it takes to be evil. You have to do your sins and think that they are funny. If you do your sins and you think they're funny, you have evil in you, is what a God told me. And it can be purged out, what God told me. I have the light of God now, which is the knowledge and wisdom of everything. I do not know what a God told you. I only know what a God told me, and a God told me everything. He told me there are no secrets, that the leader of North Korea knows everything. He buys satellite time from the Russians, and he buys it from China. He is going to sneak attack us. That is Armageddon. A third of everything around the world will be destroyed. So take America and say a third of it will get wiped out. I think it happens this year. I'm not sure, but I think it happens this year because God said the time is near. And I just met God in August. He said the trumpets were played last year when Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, made up his mind to sneak attack us. He thinks we're coming in to kill him like we did Saddam Hussein, and he is going to sneak attack us, people. This is not a motherfucking drill. This is an emergency. Pack your bags now. The cities. God said your soul is frozen for 1,000 years, be it in heaven or hell. And you know you're in there, and you slowly come unfrozen. It's the worst prison you could ever think of. It doesn't matter if you're love or light or you're darkness and evil. That's what the fifth trumpet is. Satan comes out and gathers all the shit and brings it back to the pit of shit and throws you in the corner. And the angels come down and rapture you up to heaven and sing to you while you slowly awake. It is a rapture. These are called raptures that happen. God told there is not just one basic rapture. Satan raptures is what it's called when you come get a bunch of souls, God said, from earth and bring them down to hell or bring them to heaven. It happens in wartime, it's happened in all the wars. It's called rapturing. That's what they do. It's part of their job. They come down while the battle is being fought. They rapture souls back up to heaven. In this case, souls will be frozen. The angels will have to stand back, God said, and wait for the bombs to land. And your guardian angel, whoever that may be, will come in when the dust settles and get your soul. And knows right where it's at, can see it with no problem. Even if it's buried underneath a building, it's sitting right there. They grab it, each angel, and brings your soul either up to heaven or down to hell. Hell is at the center of the earth. Satan does rule it. It is his domain. God does not tell him what to do. God does not let him harm any of his children. There is a guide you go by, a law. Just like there's law here, there's law there, there's law in heaven. It's God's law. I don't know exactly what it is. It's all heavenly matters, God told me. Stuff that I wouldn't when I got to heaven. God said to hold heaven dear. The lights in the skies are angels. All the orbs that you're seeing by the sun are angels coming to be with God. God lives in this solar system. This is God's home, this universe. This is where it all started, and this is where it stays at. God stays here in this universe and walks around the kingdom of heaven every day. That is the Big Bang. All the other universes, gathering souls that are in black holes. God makes them, and the angels help him, and they push stars, light. We make them, we make the suns, and we put all kind of cool things in them that are love and light. We make it just like you draw with a pencil. We draw out puppy dogs and put wings on them with kisses and hugs and put them inside the stars and push them into the black holes so our black souls can eat them, and mixes light into your soul. God knows when your soul's ready. He walks around the kingdom of heaven every day and he picks souls out that are just right, with just the amount of love and light mixed in them. He brings them back here, and he has a window in the sun, and he casts them out upon the earth. Earth is your mother, God told me. Once again, I do not know what a God told you. I only know what a God told me. Earth is our mother. I do a show now on here on a Saturday talking about Mother Earth, how I'm cleaning up. I clean up anywhere I see filth and trash. I clean it up. God told me you can tell by the trash in a town, by the trash on the ground. So when you're moving, stop in a town and clean up a little section that hasn't been cleaned in years. And take all the trash and lay it out on a table and look at it like I did. The trash in the town that I'm outside of, they drink a little bit and they smoke a lot. I like the smoke and I don't like the drink. I drink a little bit. Every now and then I'll have a few shots or I'll drink some wine. So the town that I am does not have a lot of trash in it. God told me that's how you tell where you're going to move. God told me you can move out of any city, just as long as it's out of a city, and start to do what I'm doing, living off the land, getting back to nature. God told me the reason why is it's not going to matter where a nuclear missile was trucked in by 18-wheeler. And there would be no gas, there'd be no food, there'd be no clothes, there'd be no nothing there. People are going to be homeless and walking the street and not knowing anything. That's what a guy told me. Millions and millions of people will be walking the interstates. The government's going to set up camps all along the interstates to feed people, to help house people. They're going to set up places for burn victims. They're not going to be able to come in the cities to get anybody. They do not try as good as they can to come in and help people, but they cannot. They set up perimeters 100 to 150 miles outside of each city that's been hit with a nuclear missile, and they don't allow anyone in. And when the people come out, they go through radiation tests, and they're sent to the camp that they need to go to get the help they need to get. He told me the time is here. He told me the great war horror is here. I believe that to be Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea. God said he's the most evilest soul here right now. And he's always laughing. God said he does all 10 sins and he thinks they're all funny. And God said that's what it takes to be evil, pure evil. God said he makes Hitler look like a baby, is what God told me. Once again, my name's Swagadelic. I met God last year, and he handed me the light of God. It stays with you for about a week, after which God told me Armageddon is here. Nuclear war, people. It is here. Move out the cities. God told me everything. God said there are no secrets. The leader of North Korea thinks we're coming in to kill him like we did Saddam Hussein. So he is going to sneak attack us. God said he made up his mind last year and started building 2 palaces on the border near Russia by some rivers and some lakes, a little one and a big one, and has stocked them with 300 years of food. He works on them every day, but they are ready. Every day he keeps doing a little more here and a little more there to them, but they are ready. God told me everything. I do not know what I God told you. I only know what I God told me. And I God told me everything. The lights in the skies, people, are angels coming to be with God. God lives in and around the sun. That means he's here, he's around the sun. He's on earth every day, everywhere. He sees everything you do. He sees everything I do. He sees everything we all do. He doesn't miss a beat. All the planets here in this galaxy are used. They have cities of gold in them. All the planets and all the galaxies, all across every galaxy, have cities in them with us in them, living in soul form. Your soul is basically indestructible. It can be frozen, God said, like it's going to get frozen here with the war. God said to tell everyone it's not the end. It's the beginning of heaven on earth, is what God told me. Once again, I do not know what God told you. I only know what a God told me. And a God told me everything. And there's no secrets. Believe it or not, he knows everything. He buys satellite time from the Russians and China. He told me he's been buying nuclear missiles for him forever from Russia. And he told me China has him set up in a dope game. He's the one making all of the chemical drugs. The new drug that's out called Korean dust. It's a chemical. That's the one we get attacked with, plus a whole bunch of other ones mixed in the missiles at times 1,000,000. They found a way to make it stick. And a little bit, one snowflake, we get attacked in snowflake form inside the missiles. The chemicals are in snowflake form, and the top of the missiles pop off, and like a salt shaker, the chemicals come out, and they blow like dust in the wind from one end of America to the other. God told me to stay inside for a week, that they slowly evaporate. Whatever the snowflake lands on, it sticks to. And one snowflake can make 100 people go insane. God said it doesn't matter how much of it you get on you, you're insane. God said love and light is trapped inside of a demon. And he told me, whatever your thoughts were, your wishes about doing evil, that is when you do them. Is when this Korean dust times 1,000,000 gets in your body. You go out and rape and kill, is what God told me. So stay inside for a week, if you believe me, anyone, and move out the cities. And when you move out the cities, stay inside for a week, because it does the same thing to animals. Animals will want to come kill you with this stuff in them. They go insane, God said. God said we find hundreds of thousands of people in cages underneath every city all across North Korea that they've been testing chemicals on, these chemicals and other chemicals, and they're in prisons, dungeons, and we find labs, drug labs, we find all the evidence that they've been dealing drugs for China for the past 25 years. God told me China wanted to open up to America 25 years ago and put this guy in the business, his daddy, of making these drugs. And that's how they came up with making the chemicals to fire at us in chemical form. That's what God told me. This is Swagadelic. If you guys believe in God and you believe in Armageddon, I met God, and he told me to move out the city once again. Move out the cities. I wrote 4 books on the subject. I'm writing other books all about God. I'm done writing about the war and the chemicals. I'm writing books just about God and what God told me. I wrote a book about Donald Trump. I wrote a book about Kim. I wrote a book about meeting God called Swagadelic. Halfway to Heaven, Halfway to Hell. You can go online and get it at Kindle Books. This is Swagadelic beaming out.